Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and the channel is the Everyday Card Collector. In today's video, we're going to kind of do a walking video here. I had purchased a new storage case for my cards and I kind of figured I'd run through how I store some of my cards, which will require me to kind of walk with the camera and show what I've got cooking within the room here. It'll kind of be an update to the card room as well. I'm getting pretty close to being done, guys. It's a slow process. I had to purchase some furniture and things of that nature. But I did purchase a new couch for the card room, and it's behind me. And you can see in the background, I've hung up some of my pictures. So I'm getting pretty close to done. We're down to a bookshelf and some new curtains, and then we'll be able to rock and roll. I do have a TV in here, and that'll go on top of the bookcase. I will tell you this, guys. For all of my friends who have channels out there, now that I have a TV in my office / card room, I'm watching a lot of videos on television as opposed to on my iPad or my phone, which I don't have the ability to reply. So I'm trying to go back and at least give a thumbs up and things of that nature, or maybe hit a video later and comment in it, because I do like to support everybody and comment and at minimum give a thumbs up when I can. But so if you're not seeing that from me, it was just because I literally got the couch this weekend and kind of put things together and was trying out the TV and all that good stuff. But I thought this would be a fun video. I don't really go through how I store my cards. We'll discuss it a little bit in the video, and I'll show you what I'm doing. And that's going to change a little bit as far as how I'm organizing and maybe a little bit how I'm storing. I think I did a video on the closet. I'm not going to show the closet again. I've got a bunch of boxes in there and things of that nature, and I'll kind of discuss that. But with the new couch here, I can kind of lay out how I'm storing some things and how I go about making sure that my cards are in decent shape. So we'll get the camera turned around. We'll kind of do a room tour, quick room tour update, and look at how I store some of my cards. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so I'm standing in the entryway of the office / card room, and just want to do a quick room tour, just updates as to what I got cooking. Obviously, the biggest update that I've had is the couch here. So I'm closing the door behind me so the dogs don't come in. But yeah, we added a couch this last weekend, just recently, which was part of the plan, and it allowed me to start hanging some of my pictures. So you can see, and I've done videos of the card room when it was empty, and I've shown some of these pictures. So I've got my Muhammad Ali autograph, my Billy Williams autograph, my Babe Ruth picture, my Southside Hitman decoration, and then a DiMaggio autograph that my wife bought me that I'm questioning if it's real or not, but we're just going to hang it up and be happy with it. She bought it years and years ago. So you can see here, this is kind of the update. New curtains. These curtains hang down to the ground. They're way too long. So I'm going to go ahead and get some new curtains. That's a piece of the pie. Hung some new pictures or some more pictures. I got to put a little rush in here. So I got my Neil Peart. That was the Prague magazine when he passed away. And then I've got my desk. And I'll go into more detail when the office is 100% complete, guys, as to what I got cooking. We'll go through everything within there, but you can see a lot of the cards that I have in there and autographed balls. And then, some more pictures hanging here. The one wall that I'm showing you, there's my amplifier for my guitar. The last wall that I'll show you is the wall that needs to be finished. So coming into the doorway, I've got my Kansas sign for my daughter. This wall is still blank at this moment in time. And I've got a folding table with my TV on it and all those knickknacks behind it. So this wall is going to have the bookshelf, a more horizontal bookshelf. I'll put the TV on top, put the knickknacks in the bookshelf, and then some of my binders that I have of cards. There's my guitar, and currently leaning up against the closet is my display cases that will go above the bookshelf. So, and maybe I'll do a video on that because I've rotated a bunch of cards out, and I did one quite some time ago, and now it's quite a bit different from the last time I did them, or did that video. But I kind of wanted to go through storage. So here's how I store my graded card, guys. I know everybody likes the Zion cases and things of that nature. I'm always trying to think budget conscious. So these cases here are from Harbor Freight. It's the Apache 3800. So I bought my first one quite some time ago. And the foam is a little bit thinner, not as thick as some of those Ion cases. It's pick and pluck foam. You've got to kind of pick out the squares that you want to create the storage that you want. So you can see all of my standard graded cards are getting stored in there, and I'm full on my first one, so I started a second one. Best part about it is if you look at this symmetrically, it doesn't make sense because I did it wrong. So you can see this is much thinner than this over here, but that's fine for now. It'll do. I just got my second case this weekend as well to start putting cards in there, graded cards in there. So I just kind of wanted to show the case that I use for my graded cards, because this thing's 35 bucks at Harbor Freight, guys. So I don't know if you're budget conscious and you're looking to spend some money on cases for graded cards, and you don't want to spend a fortune. This is the way to go. I know some of those Zion cases and slab cases and all the crazy cases that they have run between 70 to 100 bucks, but you know, I don't see any need for it. I don't walk around with this case. It's never going to a show with me. This is simply for storage to keep my cards safe. So 35 bucks. It's waterproof. You can lock it so that it's airtight down here. You know, so I mean, it does everything that all those cases do at a fraction of the cost. So you know, the foam's not as nice and it wears out in time, but what the heck, that's perfect for me. I kind of wanted to talk storage because I've done something that I actually used to laugh at, and now I'm a proponent of it. I never used to put my slabs in plastic cases as well, or in plastic bags. But what I've been finding is that particularly the SGC ones get scratched up pretty bad. So I went ahead and did that to all of my graded cards over the weekend. So I went out and bought, for PSA, you have to get the specific one. They fit SGC or CSG as well. And then I found a bag that works fairly well with SGC. So I went ahead and bagged all of my graded cards. But I figured this would be fun. So to show, you guys have never really shown how I store my cards. So everything that's graded that is not in my display cases goes into one of these cases. And then I've got just tons and tons and tons of top loaders. So if the card is top loader worthy to me, I go ahead and put it in the top loader. And then I have probably this box here. I probably have like 6 of these boxes and probably 6 or 7 smaller boxes. This is the part that I'm going to totally revamp and figure out how I'm going to organize in a manner that makes better sense, because right now finding a card for me is a pain in the butt. So this particular card, or this particular box, I have labeled it as rookie cards, first Bowman, and prospect cards, 1 of 2. So there were 2 rookie boxes, if you will. And then I had them labeled by team. And it just isn't working out well for me. I pull a lot of cards for videos, and then putting them back is kind of a pain in the rear end. I want to find a more organized way to do that. So, you know, the National just occurred, so I'm not going to be spending a ton of money in the next couple months here. I'm already kind of focusing on saving for Strongsville next April. Of course, I'll buy cards from that time, from now until that time, but in the immediate future, you know, I'm in savings mode. I spent a lot, and I kind of want to just save up at this point in time. So I'll be focusing on that pretty heavily. I'm hoping to get this section of the room done in the next, you know, week or 2. If I can find a nice bookshelf and get it laid out, the TV will go on top. And as I mentioned in the intro, I'm watching videos on the TV now, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, that's kind of how I store things, guys. This is my desk. I'm here every day. I work from home, so this is my desk where I work. You'll see the laptop and the big screen. And then I've already got the big desk kind of already laid out, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in the future. I just more or less wanted to discuss the cases that I'm using for my graded cards, the 3800 Apache, because it's fantastic for 35 bucks. You know, I figured it would have went up in price from the time I bought the first one to the time I bought this one yesterday or 2 days ago, and it's the same price. So they come in multiple colors. You get brown, you get orange, you can do green or black. I think the green's like a camel green. But yeah, that's kind of how I store these graded cards. You know, 35 bucks, you can't beat it. And then we're going to get more in depth in future videos about how I want to store top loaded cards and save them. We'll kind of go through binders. I make a determination on if I want cards to be in the binder versus a top loader versus graded. And then I've got a ton of oversized stuff in the closet that I currently have in a large box, but that's going to get revamped too. So a lot of storage stuff is what I'm going to kind of be focusing on in the hobby and reorganizing to have things make more sense. But just wanted to do a quick video, show this. I'm sure there's been 1,000 videos on these cases. I remember when I first got back into the hobby, I was looking up cases, and this is the one that best fit my budget and made the most sense for me. But I wanted to show those off, kind of discuss how I store things off. Everything in here is by year, so earliest to latest, and then I go into multi-sports, football and basketball at the end. But yeah, so that's it, guys. Quick video. Figured I'd show it. It'd be fun since I bought a new case yesterday. I'm sitting here thinking maybe I'll shoot a video in the next couple days or so. We'll get the display cases on the couch here, and I'll kind of show how I have swapped out some cards and put different ones in. Because the room is so small, I'm maxed out at those 2 display cases. I really can't. There's no more wall space for me to put any more. And I don't want the room to look too cluttered. As much as it's a card room, and I want to make it a card room, it's also my office, and I work in it every day. And this is a pretty big couch for the room. It came with an ottoman, so you can see it's pretty close to the desk, but it works out well if I ever had a guest in here to kind of go through cards. There's plenty of room for them to sit down and kind of hang out. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. A little bit of rambling, but I figured I'd show the new case that I got and kind of discuss how I save or store off some of my cards. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe. And until the next video, we'll talk then. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.